Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another deep dive into the latest shocking developments. If you thought things couldn't get any more intense, think again. The undercurrents of deception, revenge, and power struggles are rising to the surface, threatening to pull everyone under. With hidden truths, calculated moves, and life and death stakes, the upcoming days promise an explosive climax. Today, we're unpacking the tangled web of secrets unraveling in front of our eyes. How will Brooke Lynn handle her deepest fear? Can Jason resist the pull of vengeance? What game is Jordan really playing? And most terrifying of all, who is the next victim in Cyrus Renault's deadly reign of terror? Buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride. Brooke Lynn's buried secrets, the moment of truth is here. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine has spent years trying to outrun her past. But the problem with secrets? They never stay buried forever. For too long, she has carried the burden of a lie so enormous it could tear her world apart. At the heart of her torment is one agonizing question: should she finally reveal the truth? At this point, Brooke Lynn knows she can't keep pretending. The walls are closing in, and the weight of deception is suffocating. She's terrified that once Chase finds out, it will destroy the fragile bond they've built. But even worse, what happens if she doesn't tell him, and he finds out another way? For all her bravado, Brooke Lynn isn't as invincible as she pretends to be. She can face corporate takeovers, media scandals, and public humiliation, but this is different. This is personal. This is about love, trust, and a child's true identity. Could this be the moment she finally confesses? And if she does, will she be honest about everything, including the bombshell that Dante is the real father? A single admission could set off an emotional earthquake. Chase has been nothing but loyal, but betrayal is a poison not easily forgiven. If Brooke Lynn is brave enough to reveal the truth, she has to be prepared to lose everything. The question remains, does she have the courage to face the consequences? Jason Morgan, a man torn between vengeance and family. Jason Morgan has always lived by a code, one of loyalty, justice, and, when necessary, revenge. But now, he stands at a crossroads, facing a decision that could define his future. Sam's death still haunts him, a wound that refuses to heal. The urge to make Cyrus Renault pay for his crimes is overwhelming. The man is a parasite, a disease that keeps infecting everything Jason holds dear. Justice demands retribution. And yet, something holds Jason back: his family. Sasha's pregnancy complicates everything. He has agreed to play the role of the baby's father, a decision that adds another layer of responsibility to an already complicated life. More importantly, Jason has a real son who depends on him. Can he afford to risk everything in the name of vengeance? Alexis and Anna have made their stance clear. They don't want to see Jason throw his life away over a blood feud. But can they convince him to let go of the past and focus on the future? This is more than just a battle between right and wrong. It's a fight between two versions of Jason: the ruthless enforcer who delivers justice without hesitation, and the devoted father who wants to protect his family. If he chooses vengeance, there's no turning back. But if he lets Cyrus go, can he live with himself? Jordan's strategic gambit: who will she align with? While Jason wrestles with morality, Jordan is playing an entirely different kind of game, one that involves politics, power, and high-stakes maneuvering. The city's future hangs in the balance as a critical decision looms: whether to seize Sonny Corinthos' coffee business through eminent domain. It's a move that could have far-reaching consequences, and Jordan knows that once the first domino falls, there's no stopping the chain reaction. Sidwell has a vested interest in the outcome, making the situation even more precarious. Meanwhile, Drew is pushing his own agenda, eager to strike a blow against both Jason and Sunny. But Jordan is no fool. She understands that moving without a strategy is the quickest way to get burned. The real question is, who does she trust? She's at a dangerous crossroads, and if she makes the wrong move, the entire city could implode. Does she have an ace up her sleeve, or is she playing a losing hand? One thing's for sure, Jordan may be tough, but even she knows that in a game like this, you don't go in alone. Cyrus Renault's next target, is Elizabeth in danger? For months, Cyrus Renault has been orchestrating chaos, pulling strings from the shadows, and leaving destruction in his wake. But what's his endgame? Elizabeth has sensed something was off for a while now. The lingering stares, the unsettling feeling of being watched, she knows she's on his radar. The problem? She doesn't know why. And now, the unthinkable is happening, Cyrus is at her door. The mere thought is chilling. If she's the next victim in the Digitalis killer's rampage, time is running out. Enter Portia and Isaiah. These two medical powerhouses are about to be tested like never before. If Elizabeth's life is truly hanging by a thread, they are her only hope. But will their expertise be enough? This isn't just about saving one life. It's about stopping a man who has already gone too far. If Cyrus isn't stopped soon, who will be his next target? Time is ticking, and the stakes have never been higher. A storm is coming, will anyone survive what's next? With so many moving pieces on the board, one thing is certain, no one is safe. Brooklyn is facing the consequences of her past, Jason is torn between revenge and responsibility, Jordan is playing a game of high-stakes politics, and Elizabeth may be running out of time. Meanwhile, in the shadows, Cyrus Renault waits. He knows his enemies are closing in. But the thing about men like Cyrus? They never go down without a fight. The next few days could change everything. Will truth triumph over lies? Will love survive betrayal? And most importantly, will justice finally be served? The answers are coming. And when they do, they will shake the very foundation of everything we know. Next. If you thought General Hospital's drama was limited to the screen, think again. The world of soap operas thrives on shocking twists, long-buried secrets, and unexpected connections. But what happens when real life throws a plot twist our way? A single throwback photo has managed to set the soap opera fandom on fire. The internet is buzzing, the fans are in a frenzy, and speculation is running wild. Why? Because it turns out that GH's newest addition, Chris McKenna, and daytime queen Laura Wright, aka Carly Corinthos, have a history that stretches back 3 decades. This isn't just a fun fact, it's the kind of revelation that could shape future storylines, influence casting decisions, and change how fans see their favorite characters. Could this be a sign that GH's newest romance is destined for greatness? Or are we on the verge of an epic heartbreak, worthy of soap opera history? Let's dive deep into this unexpected blast from the past, break down the reactions, analyze what it means for GH, and explore where this twist might take us next. Chris McKenna's throwback that broke the internet. It all started with a simple Instagram post. Chris McKenna, GH's newest star, who has stepped into the role of Jack Brennan, shared a vintage 1993 photo of himself alongside none other than Laura Wright. At first glance, it's just a nostalgic snapshot. But to longtime soap fans, it's so much more. Before their current on-screen chemistry as Jack and Carly, before their names were ever linked in GH circles, they were already part of the same soap universe, just on different shows. In the early 90s, Laura Wright was playing Ally Ree Scott on ABC's now-defunct soap Loving, a role that helped her become the powerhouse actress she is today. Meanwhile, Chris McKenna was rising to fame as Joey Buchanan on One Life to Live, another ABC soap classic. Little did they know 30 years later, they would find themselves entangled in a brand new soap opera romance. Soap fans react. The internet loses its mind as soon as McKenna's post hit the internet. Soap opera Twitter exploded. Fans rushed to comment, share their shock, and relive the golden era of 90s daytime TV. Some were in total disbelief. Speech balloon. Wait, what? They worked together before? How did I never know this? Others saw it as fate. Speech balloon. So you're telling me they were in the same soap universe in the 90s, and now they're a thing in GH? That's destiny, baby. Even GH cast members couldn't resist reacting. Eden McCoy, who plays Carly's daughter Jocelyn Jacks, summed up what we were all thinking. Speech balloon. Oh my god. And honestly? Same, Eden. Same. The reactions didn't stop at nostalgia. Fans immediately began speculating. Does this real-life throwback mean something bigger for Carly and Jack? Could this decades-old connection be the foundation of a new power couple? Or, because, let's be real, this is a soap opera, will betrayals, hidden pasts, and devastating twists tear them apart? Carly and Jack, soap opera gold or doomed from the start? Option 1, the next great GH love story? In a world where relationships are built on deception, shattered by secrets, and repaired through sheer willpower, could Carly and Jack be GH's next epic couple? There's no denying that Laura Wright and Chris McKenna have insane chemistry. Their on-screen interactions have already sparked major interest, and now that fans know about their real-life history, the excitement has only intensified. We've seen it before. Sometimes, a real-life connection adds something extra to a fictional romance. If GH writers play this right, they could build a layered, emotionally rich relationship that pays homage to their shared soap history. Jack could become Carly's fresh start, someone who doesn't come with the baggage of Sunny, Jason, or Drew. Maybe, for once, Carly gets to experience a love that isn't tied to mob wars, betrayals, or courtroom battles. But, this is a soap opera. And nothing stays simple for long. Option 2, the inevitable betrayal, because this is GH. Let's be real. When was the last time Carly had a smooth romance? Exactly. The foundation of any soap opera couple isn't love, it's conflict. And something tells us that Jack Brennan has secrets. What if Jack isn't who he says he is? Could he have a hidden agenda, something that puts Carly in danger? What if he's connected to Sunny's enemies, using Carly as a pawn? Or, brace yourselves, could he be linked to a long-lost character from Carly's past? If there's one thing soap fans know, it's that love stories rarely end in happily ever afters. Even if Carly and Jack are destined for greatness, they're going to have to fight for it, probably through lies, betrayal, and a dramatic courtroom scene. Where does GH go from here? The endless possibilities with a revelation this juicy, the possibilities for GH writers are endless. 1. They embrace the throwback and build a deeper storyline. Maybe Jack and Carly's connection goes deeper than they realize. Could they have crossed paths before? What if Jack remembers Carly from the 90s, but she doesn't remember him? 2. Jack's mysterious past is revealed. GH thrives on long-lost identities. Could Jack not be who he says he is? Is he connected to one of Carly's past enemies? 3. A classic soap opera love triangle. If GH wants maximum drama, they could introduce a rival love interest. Who would come between Jack and Carly? Maybe Sunny isn't as out of the picture as Carly thinks. Whatever direction the writers choose, one thing is certain, this is only the beginning. Chris McKenna's throwback photo wasn't just a fun moment, it was a reminder of how deep soap opera history runs. Fans love when their favorite actors have surprising connections, and this one has fueled major speculation about what's next for GH. So, is Jack Brennan the one for Carly? Or is this the calm before the storm? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, we, along with every soap fan out there, will be watching very closely. Next, we're diving into one of the most intriguing discussions in the world of daytime television. What happened to Kelly Monaco? And did she just let one of the biggest opportunities of her career slip through her fingers? Soap operas have long been a staple of daytime entertainment, capturing audiences with their dramatic storylines, long-running characters, and unexpected plot twists. But sometimes, the drama behind the scenes is just as compelling as what happens on screen. For over 2 decades, Kelly Monaco was a beloved fixture on General Hospital, a show that has been entertaining audiences for generations. However, her sudden exit last summer left fans shocked and searching for answers. Now, months later, there's growing speculation about what she's been up to, whether she has any plans to return to acting, and, perhaps most interestingly, whether she missed out on a major career move that could have shaken up the entire soap opera industry. Let's break it all down, from her General Hospital departure to the buzz surrounding Beyond the Gates, and explore what the future might hold for Kelly Monaco. What's next for Kelly Monaco? The mystery continues right now. The entertainment world is filled with unanswered questions about Kelly Monaco's future. While some actors announce their next projects immediately after leaving a long-running show, Kelly has remained relatively quiet, adding to the air of mystery surrounding her career. Could she be working on something behind the scenes? Some Hollywood insiders believe she may be biding her time, waiting for the perfect opportunity that aligns with her personal and professional goals. After all, it's not uncommon for actors to take a break and return with a fresh perspective. Others believe that she may be hesitant to re-enter the soap opera world at all. It's important to remember that Kelly Monaco isn't just a soap star, she's a well-rounded entertainer. Some fans speculate that she might be exploring different aspects of the industry, such as producing, directing, or even reality television. She has already proven her versatility, having won the first season of Dancing with the Stars, and she could very well be considering a new challenge outside of the soap world. But if she does plan on making a comeback, what would be the best move for her career? And did she pass up a golden opportunity with Beyond the Gates? The Beyond the Gates debate, a missed opportunity? One of the biggest talking points surrounding Kelly Monaco's absence from television is whether she made a mistake by not joining Beyond the Gates, CBS's highly anticipated new soap opera. For those who haven't heard the buzz, Beyond the Gates is shaping up to be a groundbreaking show. It's being billed as a fresh, modern take on the classic soap opera format, with a mix of seasoned soap veterans and new faces. The most interesting part? It's set to air in the same daytime slot as General Hospital, making it a direct competitor. If Kelly had joined Beyond the Gates, it would have been a dramatic power move. Not only would she have given GH fans a reason to switch networks, but she could have reshaped the daytime TV landscape entirely. Some argue that her presence alone could have helped Beyond the Gates steal a significant chunk of General Hospital's viewership. Imagine the headlines: former General Hospital star leads CBS's hottest new soap. It's not just about ratings, it's about revenge. Some believe that Kelly was treated unfairly during her final days at General Hospital, and this could have been her chance to show them what they lost. Instead of fading into the background, she could have used Beyond the Gates as a platform to reignite her career and prove that she is still a major force in the industry. However, others argue that turning down the role may have been a smart decision. Maybe Kelly knew something we didn't. Perhaps she didn't feel the project was the right fit, or maybe she was looking for a more high-profile opportunity outside of daytime television. Could she have her sights set on primetime or even a streaming series? Whatever the case may be, the fact remains that Beyond the Gates is moving forward without her, and fans are left wondering what could have been. The real story behind her General Hospital exit. Of course, to understand where Kelly Monaco is headed, we have to look at how she got here. Her departure from General Hospital was nothing short of shocking for fans who had watched her for over 20 years. So what really happened? Officially, neither Kelly nor the network has provided a clear reason for her exit. Some reports suggest that it may have been due to creative differences. Perhaps she wasn't happy with the direction her character was taking. Others speculate that contract negotiations fell through, a common issue in the industry when networks look to cut costs. Then there are those who believe that behind-the-scenes tensions may have played a role. In the world of soap operas, drama isn't just limited to the scripts. Off-screen disputes, disagreements with producers, and power struggles often lead to abrupt cast changes. Could Kelly Monaco have been caught in one of these internal battles? Regardless of the real reason, her exit left a massive gap in the show. Fans were vocal about their disappointment, and many still hold out hope that she will one day return. But with months passing and no sign of her making a comeback, it's becoming increasingly clear that she may be moving on to something new. Kelly Monaco's legacy and the possibility of a major comeback. One thing is for sure, Kelly Monaco isn't just another soap star. Over the years, she built an incredibly loyal fanbase, one that would follow her wherever she goes. That kind of support is rare in the entertainment industry, and it means that if she ever chooses to return, she'll have an army of fans ready to rally behind her. There's also the possibility that she's taking time to explore other career options. Many actors step away from soaps only to return years later in an even bigger capacity. Some leave for primetime, others transition into film, and some take on roles behind the camera. Could Kelly be planning something bigger than any of us realize? A surprising role in a hit Netflix or HBO series? A major reality TV comeback? A completely unexpected career pivot? The beauty of Hollywood is that reinvention is always possible. Final thoughts, will we see Kelly Monaco again? At the end of the day, only Kelly Monaco knows what's next for her career. She has remained silent about her future plans, keeping fans guessing about whether she'll make a grand return to television or fade into a more private life. What we do know is this: she had a golden opportunity to shake up the soap world with Beyond the Gates, but for whatever reason, she chose not to take it. Whether that was a brilliant career move or a missed opportunity is something only time will tell. For now, we'll be keeping a close eye on any updates regarding her next steps. If there's one thing we've learned from watching soap operas, it's that surprises can happen when you least expect them. Stay tuned, and as soon as there's any news, we'll be the first to let you know. Next, we're diving into an intense night in Port Charles, where emotions are high, relationships are tested, and hidden secrets come to light. From deep personal struggles to unexpected encounters, the night unfolds with tension, passion, and a touch of mystery. Buckle up, because this one's packed with drama. A difficult revelation at Bobby's diner. In the warm, familiar surroundings of Bobby's, Dante unexpectedly crosses paths with Chase. What starts as a casual conversation about Chase's performance at the Savoy quickly turns into something much deeper. Dante immediately senses that something is weighing heavily on Chase's mind. There's an unmistakable tension in the air, and after a few moments of hesitation, Chase finally opens up about the truth he's been struggling with. He confesses that there's something he cannot give to Brooke Lynn, something she deeply desires, a family. The revelation is heartbreaking. Chase's words are filled with frustration, sadness, and the burden of knowing that the woman he loves has dreams he may not be able to fulfill. Dante, ever the supportive friend, tries to reassure him. He reminds Chase that there are many different ways to build a family and that love is what truly matters. But Chase, though grateful for the encouragement, remains conflicted. He knows Brooke Lynn has always wanted to be a mother, and he has always imagined himself as a father. The weight of their situation is heavy, and though Dante assures him he would make an incredible dad, Chase still feels like the ground beneath him is shifting. Determined to face the uncertainty head-on, Chase decides it's time to go home to Brooke Lynn, to be honest with her, and to figure out where they stand together. Passion, interruptions, and secrets at Carly's. Meanwhile, at Carly's place, romance is in the air. She and Brennan share an intimate evening, toasting with champagne that brings back memories of a time they spent together in Germany. Their connection is undeniable, and after reminiscing, they lean in for a passionate kiss. It's a moment of longing, of unspoken promises, of something deeper waiting to be explored. But just as things start to heat up, a small voice breaks through the moment. Donna. She calls for her mom, her voice trembling. Carly rushes to her, immediately shifting from romance to motherly concern. It turns out Donna had a bad dream, one that left her shaken. Curious as ever, Donna asks why people have nightmares. Brennan, ever the knowledgeable one, gently explains that dreams are like movies that play in our minds while we sleep, and when we have bad ones, it usually means something is bothering us. Donna is fascinated by his insight, wondering how he knows so much about the mind. He reveals that as part of his job, he studied psychology, something that seems to impress her. Their conversation takes a turn, shifting towards more complicated topics, ones a young girl shouldn't have to worry about. Carly, sensing this, reassures Donna before sending her off to bed. But the warm, intimate atmosphere has now changed. As Carly and Brennan begin to talk again, a shadow passes over his face. His phone buzzes, a message that clearly brings unwelcome news. Carly watches him carefully. Something's wrong. Something serious. I have to go, Brennan says abruptly, his expression unreadable. Carly nods, though she has 100 questions. Instead, she simply replies, "We'll pick this up another time." They kiss once more, and then Brennan is gone, leaving behind a night that was supposed to be about romance but ended in mystery. Joss faces pressure from Emma and Gio at Bobby's. Joss is dealing with her own set of challenges. She places a call, asking Hunter to cover her shift because she has something important to do. However, before she can leave, she's approached by Emma and Gio, who have an urgent request. Emma is deeply invested in a cause, one that means everything to her. Animal cruelty prevention. She sees Joss as a key player in her efforts and wants her to join the organization. But Joss is distracted, her mind elsewhere. She politely expresses interest but doesn't commit, excusing herself to handle a customer. Emma, however, isn't giving up. When Joss returns, she doubles down. This time, the request isn't just about joining, it's about making a major impact. Emma wants Joss to be an underwriter for an upcoming benefit, something that would require Joss to give a speech in front of influential families in Port Charles. Joss hesitates. She knows this is important, but she's overwhelmed. "I'm dealing with a lot right now," she says, her voice heavy with unspoken burdens. "But I'll have my family donate." Emma isn't satisfied. She believes Joss has the power to truly make a difference. She has the connections, the voice, the influence. This isn't just about money, it's about stepping up. But Joss isn't ready to take on more responsibility. Sensing the tension, Gio intervenes, gently apologizing for ambushing her. He tells Emma that while her passion is admirable, her approach might need some work. Emma sighs, frustrated but understanding. She looks at Gio, and for a moment, the intensity fades. He smiles at her, admitting that even though she can be relentless, he genuinely enjoys her company. Joss, needing a moment to clear her head, walks away, leaving Emma and Gio in a quiet moment of unexpected connection. What's really going on? As the night unfolds, it becomes clear that every character is dealing with something deeper than what's on the surface. Chase is grappling with a future he never expected, a reality where he and Brooke Lynn might not get the family they always dreamed of. Carly and Brennan share an undeniable connection, but shadows from his past, or maybe even his present, loom over their budding romance. Joss is being pulled in multiple directions, expected to step into a leadership role she might not be ready for, all while carrying unseen struggles. But in Port Charles, nothing is ever as it seems. Every conversation, every decision, every whispered moment carries weight. What does the future hold for these characters? Will Chase find a way to give Brooke Lynn the life they both want? What's in that mysterious text Brennan received? And will Joss find the balance between personal struggles and public expectations? Only time will tell. For now, emotions are running high, and Port Charles is buzzing with tension, romance, and the ever-present promise of drama. Next, we're diving into an intense night of drama, confrontations, and revelations in Port Charles. From unexpected encounters to long-buried secrets rising to the surface, the characters are navigating a web of emotions that will leave a lasting impact. Buckle up, because things are about to get very interesting. A mysterious visitor at Liz's door. Cyrus drops a bombshell. It's a quiet evening at Liz's house, but the sudden knock on her door changes everything. Standing there, uninvited and with an unsettling air of urgency, is none other than Cyrus. His piercing gaze meets hers as he steps inside without waiting for an invitation. "We need to talk. This is important," he says, his tone low and serious. Liz immediately tenses up. There's something in his demeanor that makes her uneasy. He seems to know something she isn't sure she wants to hear. "You're making me uncomfortable," she admits, her voice firm. But Cyrus doesn't back down. He smirks, almost amused, and says, "I thought you'd be excited to see me, given how much you've been asking around about me." His words linger in the air, heavy with implication. Liz is taken aback. How does he know that? She's been discreet, or at least she thought she was. But now, standing before her, he offers her the chance to ask all the questions she's been harboring. And while every instinct tells her to slam the door in his face, curiosity gets the better of her. Finally, she speaks. "Why did you try to kill Lulu?" The question cuts through the silence like a knife. Cyrus doesn't flinch. His expression remains eerily calm. "Lulu was in a coma with no hope," he explains. "As a nurse, you know what that means. You've seen families make the impossible choice to let their loved ones go. I did what I thought was merciful." Liz listens, her heart pounding. His words make sense in a twisted way, but something still feels off. "So that was it," she presses. "She was your family, and you wanted to end her suffering?" Cyrus holds her gaze. "Yes," he says simply. But Liz isn't convinced. "Then what about the others?" she asks. The air between them thickens with unspoken truths. What is Cyrus really hiding? A heated showdown at the Savoy. Meanwhile, at the Savoy, the Valentine's Day celebrations are in full swing, but tension is simmering just beneath the surface. Brad and Lucas sit at the bar, the atmosphere between them charged with unresolved feelings. Brad, ever the joker, tries to lighten the mood. "This isn't how you imagined celebrating the day, is it?" he quips. Lucas gives a half-hearted smile but doesn't respond. The weight of their past still lingers between them. Nearby, Portia and Curtis are enjoying their night, until an unexpected arrival turns the evening sour. Drew and Willow walk in, immediately catching Curtis's attention. His mood shifts in an instant. Unbelievable, Curtis mutters under his breath. This is just a show of disrespect. Portia notices the tension in his posture. Curtis, don't let them ruin our night, she advises, placing a calming hand on his arm. But Curtis isn't one to let things slide. Drew and Willow take a table, completely unaware of the storm brewing around them. Willow notices Lucas and Brad at the bar and frowns. I can't believe Lucas is here with Brad, on Valentine's Day of all days, she says, the bitterness in her voice evident. After everything Brad did to him, after everything he did to Wiley. At the bar, Brad shifts in his seat, feeling the weight of Willow's stare. Looks like I'm getting the stink eye, he mutters. Which is something, considering she's literally on a date with her husband's uncle. Lucas rolls his eyes. Not our problem, he says, taking a sip of his drink. But Curtis isn't done yet. He strides up to the bar and speaks quietly to Nneka, the bartender. Congressman Quartermain is no longer welcome here in the future, he instructs. I'll take care of him for tonight. Minutes later, Curtis approaches Drew's table. You're not welcome here, he states flatly. Drew, taken aback, scoffs. Excuse me? You heard me, Curtis replies. I'm just playing your game now. Willow, sensing the situation escalating, leans closer to Drew. We should go, she whispers. Drew nods. Fine. We'll take our business elsewhere. But before leaving, he turns to Willow with a smirk. Don't worry. I have a much better surprise for you. Portia watches the whole exchange unfold and sighs. This whole thing with Brad and Drew, we need to let it go, she tells Curtis. Tonight is about us. Let's focus on what's good. Curtis takes a deep breath, nodding slowly. You're right, he finally says. But as the couple settles back into their evening, the tension lingers in the air, unresolved and undeniable. Workplace warfare at Deception. Lulu versus Brooke Lynn. Meanwhile, over at Deception, an entirely different kind of drama is unfolding. Lulu, clearly frazzled, is handling an irate caller when Brooke Lynn walks in and swiftly takes over. With a few well-chosen words, she diffuses the situation and hangs up. Turning to Lulu, she crosses her arms. Really? You couldn't handle that, she chides. Lulu bristles at the criticism. I didn't want to bother Maxie, she snaps. It's her first Valentine's Day back with Spinelli. Brooke Lynn raises an eyebrow. So you decided to ruin mine instead, she shoots back. The tension in the room is palpable. Brooke Lynn doesn't hold back. If you actually paid attention at this job, you'd know how to handle upset clients. But instead, you call them irrational and impatient, which, shocker, only makes them angrier. Lulu, fed up with the constant jabs, finally snaps. You know what, Brooke Lynn? You've messed up so many times in your life, and yet somehow, you always land on your feet. You have a perfect job you don't deserve, a perfect husband, and one day, you'll have perfect kids to go along with it. If you're not getting what you want, it's your own fault. Brooke Lynn's eyes narrow, her jaw tightening. The words cut deeper than Lulu realizes. Just then, Dante walks in, sensing the tension immediately. What's going on here, he asks, looking between them. Brooke Lynn exhales sharply. I'm done here, she says. Lulu's all yours. As she storms off, Dante turns to Lulu. I just ran into Chase, he tells her. He's on his way home. But Lulu barely hears him. Her heart is still pounding from the confrontation. her mind racing with emotions she can't quite process. Final thoughts, what comes next? Port Charles never sleeps, and tonight's events have left more questions than answers. Will Liz uncover the full truth about Cyrus? His cryptic words and unnerving presence suggest there's so much more to his story. Can Chase and Brooklyn work through their issues? Lulu's words may have been harsh, but were they true? What's Drew's next move? And will Curtis regret banning him from the Savoy? And finally, what's in store for Lucas and Brad? Is their Valentine's Day encounter just a coincidence, or the start of something new?
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.